pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Father, we thank you for this beautiful summer day you've given us. We thank you for all the blessings you give us each and every day. And just pray that you'll be with Shannon's dad. He's in the hospital suffering a small stroke yesterday, and we just ask that you watch over him and heal him. Thank you for protecting all the construction workers again. And we just ask that you guide us during this meeting tonight. Amen. Okay, we have a quorum. Any comments by citizens? Hearing none, we will ask for approval of the minutes from our June 22nd meeting.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, we have a motion by Wes. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Kelly. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Next item is approval of claims and payroll.
I'll make a motion, we approve the claims and payroll as presented.
All right. Second. Motion by Ron, seconded by Rod. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, next item on the agenda is the discussion of terms for nuisance review board appointees by the mayor. All of our other boards, Plan Commission, DZA, Stormwater, all those boards have terms attached to the individuals on those boards, and then when they come up for renewal, if they are willing to serve again, they typically carry on for another term.
There's no sunset on them, right?
No, not that I'm aware of. So for whatever reason, when we made the nuisance ordinance, original nuisance ordinance, we forgot to establish terms for the two mayoral appointees that are currently serving. So we thought that it probably, since we have terms on all the rest of our individuals on our boards, that it would be a good idea to have terms established for those two appointees. So basically what we need to do tonight, if you wish to do that, is just instruct Dave, or make a motion to instruct Dave to review that ordinance and establish terms to add to that ordinance and have that brought back to the next council meeting for a vote. Is that correct, Dave?
Yeah, for adoption of amended ordinance.
Yeah.
Question. On other commissions, like on the Plan Commission, are there not terms for everyone, whether or not they're appointed by you?
Well, some are on the nuisance board by virtue of their office,
Yeah.
and for instance, Cal is, so there's no term limit for her. So really, the only ones that it would really apply to are the two appointed ones that aren't automatic.
And right now, those are
Dwight and John.
John and Dwight. So Ron's on that commission.
Yes.
So he would serve as long as he's active here.
And the mayor, chief of police, clerk treasurer, and then Shannon is building engineer. So those are named by name in the nuisance ordinance.
Their office.
By their office.
By their office, not by name. And then the other two are just
So it is
appointed.
a representative from the city
Right.
council.
Yeah.
Whether
No, the two appointed ones currently are citizens.
No, I understand.
Okay.
But the appointed positions for those not appointed by you would include treasurer, Shannon's position,
mine,
your position
and city council member.
and a city council member,
Correct.
but that's
And
also
chief of
appointed
police.
by you, is it not? You talk to whoever,
Yeah, not really, well, are they appointed by me?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's by virtue of the office that was selected to
but
establish.
there's
the
no
nuisance.
term for that.
There's no term
No.
for it.
Other than I guess their term would be they're elected, at least for Ron and I and Cal, it'd be our elected.
Or if Chairman
office.
retires, then
Yeah,
then the
Tim
next
And
year.
the same with the council
Right.
member that's on there. If
Right.
they're not elected, they're no longer a representative,
Correct.
which goes for any of the commissions.
Correct.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I'd be willing to make that motion because I think that makes sense, that commission, or it is a commission, also have the same period of review.
Okay.
So I would ask our council to do the appropriate review and bring back to us a recommendation.
Okay.
I'll second
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to have Dave amend the nuisance review ordinance establishing terms for the two appointed citizen members. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay.
And just my conversations with Mayor I'm probably going to come back suggesting a 2-year term. And once we start, maybe have an enabling resolution that staggers.
Makes sense.
So that's what I'm thinking right now,
But still, there
It
would
can
be
still
no
be tweaked.
sunset on that. No 2 terms and that's it.
that one, no, because that's appointment by the mayor. So
Right.
he can decide whether to reappoint
Got
or
it.
to have somebody new, or if someone wants off.
I understand.
While we're on the nuisance committee, I'd just like to throw out another thought. We've had some struggles in the community with people in our community going, traveling throughout our community looking for nuisances to report. And that upsets community members. And I would like to see the nuisance complaints be accepted only from neighboring residents with direct line of sight of the alleged nuisance. I think that it would prevent this from happening. I think that it doesn't promote goodwill. What's happening right now doesn't promote goodwill. And there are residents who are suspicious and they don't trust. And I don't think as elected members of the community that this is who we want to be. So I would just like to get your thoughts and possibly make a motion that the ordinance be amended to state that the complaints will only be accepted by neighboring residents with direct line of sight of the alleged nuisance.
Well, for the record, no one was ever told or instructed to make visits
Oh, I know that.
on the nuisance board.
Oh,
I know, well, I don't care if you know it or not. I'm just saying for the record,
Yeah.
I wanted to state that nobody ever was ever told
Oh,
to make visits.
I know that. I know. I
So,
know. I know.
Anyway,
And I know there are others that have. So
Yeah.
I just think that would be a good boundary to put in place that would make it, the nuisance reporting be what it should actually be.
I guess I would soften that a bit. I understand the concern and could even almost appreciate your concern. But I think if we would send a gentle reminder to the commission itself that we would really encourage complaints to be reviewed from, rather than a strong fist of the ordinance itself being amended, just suggest from council. Is that appropriate, that the council suggests
Well,
that they use that in their review process?
and something that I'd like to point out, I didn't mention the commission. There have been at least one person I know of in the community.
Oh, and I'm not
That
suggesting, I know some of that happens and
Yeah.
who, and I'm not surprised. But at the same time, I think that we should ask the commission not to mind themselves, but to mind how they review
Mhm.
reports that are coming in. Is this just somebody that's driving around looking for the next person to report? Or is this an individual that, because of proximity, would be? I'd like to see us try the gentler approach first with our commission. And if that doesn't work, then come down with an ordinance. That would be my suggestion. But you can still make a motion.
I just feel like, things change, the council will change, the commission will change. And I think it's only fair to the residents to put some boundaries in place.
It's quite possible that term limits might resolve some of that too.
But I still think it's good to put some boundaries in place.
Well, off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember what the ordinance states. It does state something to the effect that complaints can be submitted by residents, city employees, elected officials. So it covers all of those.
Yeah,
I mean,
in essence, allows for some of that to happen based on those that are who are out in the community.
And so if somebody would pick up the phone and call you or Wes or me about something, and they're not a neighbor, then we have the longitude and latitude on, either on their behalf or looking at the situation to submit a document, a complaint form, and we're not a neighbor.
Yeah,
So,
that's being taken advantage of. And when I get phone calls from our constituents who are upset about this, because they have been ones that have been pointed out by no one in their neighborhood, then I have a responsibility as an elected official to represent those people as well.
I agree.
Thank you. So I would still like to make a motion that the nuisance ordinance be amended. And I understand the city employees look out for things. I understand that. I know. I just think it's out of hand right now, and I think we need to put something in place to rein it back in. So I'm not saying you should take out the part that says the city employees can't, that the council can't, but I would like to add that outside of those people, that nuisance complaints will be accepted only from neighboring residents with direct line of sight of the alleged nuisance. And that's my motion.
Sometimes it's noise though, and that
And-
wouldn't,
Yes, and noise is a different thing.
but noise
But
is
it's
part of
something-
it.
Then it needs to be, it can be specified. Dave is a whiz with words. He could put wording in there that would make it clear.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Is there a second to that motion?
Can I ask a question before making my second? So even if tonight we would have a motion and a second and a vote on Kelly's proposal, we would still have opportunity to look at the verbiage when it's introduced and before it's adopted. And if it's, 2 weeks from now, after we've had a chance to sleep on it for 2 weeks, if it doesn't seem appropriate, we could always strike it.
Yeah, this motion doesn't change the ordinance tonight.
It's just,
From a opportunity just to explore the matter, I'll second Kelly's motion.
we have a motion and a second on the floor. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
No.
Thank you for the opportunity to share.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is federally funded LWCF grant discussion for Lehman Park. So the LWCF is the Land and Water Conservation Fund Act of 1965. So to give a little history to this and to also the current grant that is being worked on to submit. As you recall, we had received a okay from the Indiana DNR on the 5-year park plan that was submitted to them. So they have accepted that 5-year plan. And one of the reasons that we had submitted a plan to the Indiana DNR was to try to get funding from the DNR for park improvements. So we had a conference call about a month ago, was it, roughly, with the representative from the Indiana DNR who accepts the grants and works in that department. And we initially had been told that funding for these grants or grant applications for these funds can be submitted every year. Well, we found out in that teleconference call that they had changed that to even years, which means 26, 28, and 30. So if we wouldn't have a grant to submit right now, we'd be waiting until 2028 to submit that grant. So we talked to the grant writer that's doing that, and he thought he could put something together to be able to submit a 2026 grant by August the 1st. That's the deadline. So we got estimates on the stormwater portion that needs to be done at the park. So it's a 50-50 match. The stormwater portion would be our match, and then equally would be something for park improvements. So the rough estimate of the grant is $500,000 from Berne and $500,000 from the LWCF. So they went and put together several different options for playground equipment that came to a total of the $500,000. If the grant is awarded, we don't necessarily have to spend that $500,000 on the pieces of equipment that they suggested, but we can do that. A lot of them were designed to be similar but not the same as some of the things at Wicker Park, inclusive items that are, for ADA issues. It was thrown together really quickly. It is a highly competitive grant. I think there's only 6 million available.
Oh, wow.
And there's 25 to 30 grants that they already have in there. So I don't know how optimistic I am that we're going to get something, but if we don't try, we don't find out. So I don't know if that commission is going to give more grants at smaller amounts. They could conceivably give $6 to $1 million grants and be done with it. But it's a lengthy process. Unfortunately, the schedule like I said, is due August the 1st. We will know by the end of the year whether we received grant approval. And then 2027 is used for all types of environmental studies and other hoops to jump through. So the actual construction wouldn't even start till the spring of 2028.
And you can't do anything in the park during that time.
Right. So,
You mean
Nothing.
other improvements?
You can't put a shovel in the ground, that's
Right.
what they said.
yeah. So, because you could disturb some environmental thing. Because there are endangered bats that could be in the park. Yeah, so anyway, it's something that we're gonna try for and see what happens. Like I said, I hated not to try for something knowing we'd have to wait till 2028 to try for something.
Oh, and then you're into 30.
Yeah, then we're into 30.
I have a
So,
question. So we can't do anything, like if we get notice by the end of the year that we received a grant, we still cannot do anything until 2028.
Right.
Okay.
Even
Not
outside
even
of
the
the,
portion we were funding.
no.
right, yeah. Not
And
even the
nothing,
portion we're funding.
like, not even things that aren't included in the grant. Like, if the basketball court wasn't included and we wanted to do it, we can't do
Yeah.
anything.
Okay.
If
It's
we
crazy.
don't get the grant, then
Then-
it's open game again.
It's crazy.
If we don't get the grant, we can do stuff,
Mhm.
which may mean that we,
Who makes these rules? Who makes these rules?
well,
So if
something changed from 1 year to 2 years.
if we get the grant and we can't do anything until 2028, can we still apply for other grants in 2027? As long as they don't start until we're permitted by the first grant? I mean, I'd hate for that to limit us as
I
far
don't-
as applying for
I
other
don't
grants.
know, it'd be from another source.
Okay.
And I haven't really done any work on that yet because we were working on this one. So,
I would think we could still
We
apply
can
for
check.
other grants.
yeah, I would think we'll check into that, with the engineering firm and maybe some other resources can tell us that, but I don't know if you can have competing grants not competing grants, but grants and offers at the same time.
Mhm.
So we'll see what we can find out.
So just to make sure I understand this, the matching portion from the city of Berne, when we're saying stormwater improvements, the city of Berne would pay for stormwater improvements, and those improvements would come out of our stormwater utility funds.
Possibly, yeah,
Most likely.
most likely.
Okay. I think that's a good idea.
But it also depends on what else is going on in the stormwater department and what the fund balances are at that point in time.
Right.
So we may have to seek alternate financing. So. But anyway, that's the gist of that grant. So none of us, I don't believe the grant writer knew that the years had changed from 1 year to every year.
Not until that meeting.
Yeah, so anyway. They always think they need to change everything or something.
Oh, no crap moment for sure.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what the balance is off the top of my head, but me and Kyle have talked about this before. I think I've talked with Kelly before when she was park board president. There's 2 donation funds for park items, that there's $35,000 or $40,000 that's been in it for 8-10 years.
Mhm.
But obviously that could be somehow weaved into this if we needed to, and actually use it.
You'd think that would have been the intention now for those kids.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments? Attorney comments?
Don't have anything.
Clerk treasurer? Okay. Under mayor comments, I'll just say that they are beginning to patch the trenches, downtown, for Swiss days. And if you saw a bunch of trucks and vehicles back here, that they're working on installing a new tornado warning siren back here in the corner of the building. Because the one that we currently have is over where our city garages are at, and we will not own that property at some point in time, probably. So
Where are they installing that?
over here in the corner.
Here on this
Yeah, the corner of this property, the building over here. So they ran into some mechanical issues with their auger. Even though the hole's drilled, they still ran into some problems, so they are here longer than what they thought they would be.
Mr. Mayor, what that siren cost to buy? What did it cost to buy the siren? You know?
Was it- We haven't received the final invoice yet, Eric, but I think it was in the neighborhood of 23,000 and something like that, I believe, in that neighborhood.
But should be out how soon? Another week or so? Or?
Well, I don't know, Eric. It has to be put up and then we have to get it wired up and tested. So hopefully, the sooner the better.
Alright,
Hopefully by the next meeting you're here, it'll be working.
before the next storm hits. Hopefully.
Well, the other one still works.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. We got one already, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it worked the other day. I would.
And everybody's phone goes off.
Yeah.
Right.
Before
Okay,
those
any
go off.
council comments? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
Kelly, is there a second? Ron, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Got to tell you folks about my siren, the state, story indicator. We're back in the